everybody. September 22nd, and it's time for another episode for Path of Fate. All of our bookkeeping's already been taken care of, so we're going to get right into it.
Wake up, my friends, tell us what you have to say. We know the dreams and nightmares must light your way. What may come, the fight goes on for one more day. Whenever lives and prayers must die away, who brought this curse and led us all astray? The day has died and emotion is vain. Wake up, my friends, the dreams and nightmares will die for just one more day.
Alright. It's Sunday evening. It's been cloudy all day. Raining all day. The day before was cloudy. It's getting into that part of the year where you can almost convince yourself that autumn is actually happening, but you know for a fact that somewhere around the first week of October, it's probably going to turn around and pull a psych on you before it just gets start getting really wet. But for the moment, it does look like a Western Washington autumn. Mid-60s. Not cold, not hot. Well, not cold for some people. And as the sun goes down, it does start getting actually cool. For some people. Caitlin's not one of them. And eventually, over the course of, because everybody kind of plans on showing up at about sundown at your shared haven. And everybody goes meeting up in the dining room. Did anybody try to make a dinner for everybody to have the evening's discussions around, or the week's discussions around, I should say?
I don't know if nobody's gonna cook dinner. Courtney might Postmate stuff.
Courtney might what?
Postmates?
I don't know what that is.
I assume it's the equivalence of Uber.
Like Uber Eats, but
Okay. Hey, and that works.
You can Uber Eats to your shop, but not to the house.
I feel like Caitlin just put down a rule. You guys are the weird neighbors that nobody ever comes to visit.
Also, you better have gotten the Uber Eats, told them or whatever, away from the house.
I mean, you could have them meet you at the end of the driveway where you guys have put up a hand-wrought iron gate. But it is raining. Okay.
That's just if nobody decided to cook.
Okay, so, and I'll throw this out there. Caitlin's starting to sound as paranoid as Brooke, as if it's like, even food delivery, no, they're out to get us.
Yes.
Caitlin is paranoid.
Yes.
Caitlin's the one who insisted on burner phones for everyone and, not having your data on in the house.
Caitlin knows what's up. Fine.
So
Brooke will quote unquote cook. That's store bought pizza and beer.
what's wrong with store-bought pizza?
Nothing. Just
What's
saying.
wrong with beer?
Everything.
It's disgusting.
Beer's gross.
Everything is wrong with beer.
Okay, you all just need to shut your whore mouths.
Oh, whatever. You're not even allowed to drink.
That is beside the point.
It's disgusting, but I feel like it is something Brooke would probably be drinking.
Yeah, I could see Brooke being a beer drinker.
Yeah.
Gross.
Ben, also a beer
Courtney
drinker.
is too.
I could see Caitlin being a wine drinker.
No.
Just because I like to drink wine.
Wine is good.
I could see it.
So as opposed to last week when everyone got around the table for a home cooked meal, we're all just like lounging in the middle of the living room on couches and stuff. Pizza and beer.
Everybody has their own pizza.
Courtney
Okay.
will not eat
Except
the
for
pizza.
Yumiko.
Courtney will not eat the pizza.
It's fine. I was gonna make the joke, by the way, though, if the Uber Eats guy did come up to the door, it's like, even Yumiko can have a snack. Cassie's shaking her head, but she's smiling because I'm right.
Delivery driver just wakes up in our bathtub like 3 hours later. Hey, dude, why'd you pass out in our bathtub?
It's a good thing she's not a Ventru.
Steve, what is wrong with you?
Anyway. So, given the sheer amount of money that you guys did invest in this house, I'm even going to say that you guys have 2 ovens. Like 2 full stove ranges.
Sweet.
So, making 5 pizzas and a token gesture for Yumiko is not really very difficult to do at all. Because, yeah, store-bought, you're cooking it either 350, 375, or 400. All the 400s go in one. Everything else goes into the other.
Right.
And so, pizza's done. Everybody gets to meet up in... Is everybody meeting up in the dining room or the living room, I guess?
You know what? So that everyone can share the pizza if they want to. It's in the dining room. They're just all set out on the table.
All right. So, everybody comes walking in. There's pizza out, and I'm going to make an executive decision here. And as everybody's kind of small talk, like, oh, how are you feeling today? Blah blah blah. Ben comes walking in last with a very determined pace to his step.
I take it that's a cue.
Yeah, that's a cue, because we had talked about what he needed to talk with everybody about for this plan to work. You forgot what we talked about, didn't you?
No, I don't think you brought it up. We went on a lot of tangents.
Oh, okay.
But I can improvise. Don't worry about it. I'm magical like that. So, Ben comes walking in. Gets a slice of his pizza. Looks at everyone assembled. So, I have something to broach with y'all.
At this point, Brooke opens a can of beer, slides it to Ben.
Ben catches the can and takes a deep drink of it. Thanks, we're gonna do that.
Seemed like it.
Natalie,
Yes.
what do you think about us hunting and maybe capturing one of the owl bears? Hopefully, your owl bear.
Chan takes in like a deep breath. I don't really know. I mean, what exactly do you plan on doing then?
Once we get it, which we can get it, I went and talked to our shifty eyes neighbor. She's good at the whole binding thing and is willing to lend us one of her kids.
This, Ben, that's just the weirdest way you could possibly say that.
She's a spider. What else? How else would I put it?
I don't know, but saying that our quote unquote neighbor is good at finding things and is going to lend us one of her kids is a little weird. A lot weird, actually.
Yeah. Brooke's got a
It's
point.
because everything that we've done so far has been normal.
Demonetized.
Okay. Speaking from a normal life standpoint, your neighbor's into tying things up. Yeah, that does sound really weird.
Ben just shrugs.
In theory, no one but us should be listening. Could you not put it in this weird kind of creepy way and just say
Cryptic.
you talk to the spider and
Yep, talk to the spider. Spider's gonna lend us one of her spiderlings
thank you.
who is going to web up the owl if we are willing to fight it and incapacitate it.
Okay.
At which point, it really just depends on how things go. If it'll acknowledge my authority, admit it did something wrong, because... Okay, just to go over it. Because words are really important here. The whole ritual we did out in the woods that kind of started all this, right? What was it going to give you? What did the ritual say you'd get? What were you agreeing to?
I agreed to a service.
Yes, that's what you agreed to get the thing, but what did it offer?
I can't really remember.
Natalie,
Not dying.
Natalie, roll your intelligence plus your composure.
Does
I mean,
Natalie
I
have
have-
eidetic memory?
Oh, you do have eidetic memory.
And
That's right.
I personally can't remember. Because I know it's within, like, the research.
Mm-hmm.
I, for some reason, imagined that it said knowledge. Or to have a question answered or something like that.
I was trying to remember the exact phrasing because it had said, like, a certain thing fancily.
Yeah, it was like an exchange. In exchange for knowledge, do you offer a life service or a truth? And she's like, "Wait, the service?" And he's like, "The deal has been struck."
Didn't give an opportunity to say none of the above. No, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Now, from what Courtney and Ben know about spirits, because Courtney, like, for you, part of this is like also an instinctual thing for you because you are still a human in mind in a way, but you are also now a spirit of yourself. So an agreement like that, as a binding thing, feels fundamentally wrong to you. Ben, to you, it feels very wrong. But at the same time, also, this ritual is one that involves, like, as far as the whole, like, nothing is for free and everything must be paid kind of a deal. The idea is that you're granted an audience with the owl bear by burning the books and the dead rats.
Right. And
So
then,
that's what gets you the audience. The additional thing was its own separate thing, but it I had a way that I was going to state this. It's one of those less that it hasn't held up its end of the bargain. It's that its end of the bargain was so ambiguous that it should not have been allowed. There was a statement made. There was an offer of an exchange, but
There was no agreement to it.
and also Natalie was addled. She was on a drug trip.
and Ben knows most of this because he's looked over the ritual quite a few times at this point and understands it.
Mm-hmm.
He's just making sure that what Natalie said and what Natalie agreed to is like precise, like he has a case. The ritual, as denoted on Matilda's papers and what you've told me, is fundamentally unlawful, meaning that I'm allowed to punish a spirit for that. And if it won't acknowledge me as having right to do this, the judge in the courthouse can push the matter and enforce my right. The problem is getting it there and incapacitating the creature.
Right.
It's going to get rapidly complicated, I think. But going over what I have kind of stirring in my head, we just need a place where we can open up a door to that library of yours on the spirit side of things and draw it out.
And how exactly do you propose that? I mean, she kind of like even looks at Caitlin. I don't think either of us can just waltz into the spirit side of things beyond really the library.
I can take people along. It's a little rougher to do to take something that doesn't belong there, but I can do it.
Casey,
Huh?
repeat your statement to Natalie. Cassie was trying to
No,
message me a thing.
I heard.
Oh.
But yeah, Ben was saying he could ferry people over.
Yeah. I mean, well, no, let me rephrase it like this. Where would this need to occur?
Anywhere that we can open the library. I don't know what that entails. That's on you two.
A building of knowledge.
A library, museum, those sort of things.
So
It has to be dedicated to learning and not like learning or knowledge and not like a personal library.
probably not an art exhibit either, right?
I haven't tried an art exhibit.
I don't think so. Just because that isn't exactly dedicated to learning your knowledge of the swords.
Wardens. You guys are gonna make a roll.
Oh boy.
Intelligence plus your stewardship plus occult.
Is there a way to roll all those, or do we have to just do the whole plus whatever?
Yeah, you can click on it. Your stewardship is your blood potency on your sheet.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it would actually light up.
Yes, Cassie, for you it's Gnosis. Occult, intelligence, defensive stat.
7 dice and nothing.
Yeah, I know that feel.
I feel like that happens a lot.
And 2 ones.
No dice, instant, like, super success. All the dice, no successes.
Cassie gets 3 successes. Yes, an art exhibit would work because information about a culture is still information. They're not looking for encyclopedias, just information.
I think an art exhibit would work.
Okay, we
I
just
haven't tried it, but I mean, the cultural exhibits and stuff like that work. So, art is culture, is knowledge? Question mark.
makes sense. Either way, we just need one of those secluded. And then I just pop whoever's going to be involved across the gauntlet. Pop Natalie across the gauntlet. Have her open the door, call out to her bondsman, and lure it outside. Once it's outside, I beat it into submission, and we call the spider to web it up.
Well,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
here's an idea. Um, we can, like, I'm not sure if this will help, but if Natalie opens the door from one place and I would open the door from another place, we both could exit out of either of those doors.
That
As long as the person who opens the door from inside the library, like, that's where we would go. So if I opened it from the school library and Natalie opened it from the art exhibit, if I opened the door for us to leave the library, we'd go through the school library. If Natalie opened the door, we'd go through the art exhibit.
this actually works to alleviate one of my concerns, which is, unfortunately, Natalie, you can't be anywhere near this stuff when it goes down.
Honestly, I don't think I'd want to be. I really don't think I would.
On the smarter end of things, it's because, no offense to you, but that thing still has your bond. You still have to listen to it, don't you?
She kind of doesn't make like any comment about that.
So if it, if you were still involved and it told you use that power you tried to use on me in the apartment, well, yeah, it could get really bad. So Caitlin's idea is good. It removes a sticky knot from the whole situation. To that end, so we actually want to go through with this.
Last week I did say this was possibly a means to an end, so unfortunately, yes.
And she fixed her with a really hard look. You do know that win or lose in this, it could, just to spite us, try to hurt you. Potentially fatally.
I've waived that option. Yes. I'm still willing to try this.
So long as you know and accept the risks. And that goes for anyone going in with me. So, who's up for it?
I'll go. Of course I'll go.
You know the same risk applies to you too, right?
You can't do Howl of Ownership, though. Well, ultimately, the biggest. Oh. Nope, sorry, go ahead. Sorry, I thought I was muted. Continue.
The deal was wrong. I'm in.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just gonna throw this out there, but there are a lot of deals and bargains and whatnot out there that don't benefit one or even many of the sides. But that still doesn't make it, better.
While fundamentally true, this agreement goes against the very fundamentals of just even mentioning it makes me feel gross. And not this isn't coming from a human standpoint. This is coming from whatever the hell I am standpoint.
All right. I mean, I'm on board. You don't need to convince me. I'm just saying.
Ben looks over at Caitlin and Yumiko.
That's a pregnant pause. Sorry, what did I miss? We were having to discuss the thing.
Basically, Brooke and Courtney are in. Natalie's in. Ben looked at Caitlin and Yumiko to see how they're dealing with this.
Oh. I will most likely need to. Well, I will be required to exit with Natalie at that point because she can't then open the door for me again. No, if I open the door for her to leave.
Yeah.
somewhere
Oh,
else.
so okay, Natalie opens the door to the vault, right? First of all, there's more than one door into the vault.
I don't.
So Natalie opens the door. You're already in the vault, like say with her, whatever. You guys come walking out with the owl bear. You step back through the door, slam it shut behind it, right? And then you open the door that you guys were then right in front of while she opens another door so that you can come back out as she goes out the other way,
Mm.
right? Like this it's a stupid shell game of doors with the Benny Hill theme playing in the background.
The Scooby Doo theme.
Whatever, I don't care.
No, the Benny Hill.
That's fine. You two can stick together and get someplace safe and far from where this is all going to go down.
Does Natalie, do you know your spirit's name? The
No, I really don't.
We can executive decision that one as over the course of the last couple of months or whatever that you would have had to discuss something with it. Since it, as Josh called it quite accurately earlier, it is functionally your bondsman. It controls your connection to the vault. So therefore, you're kind of like its ward.
Okay, then what's its name?
The Tome Bearer of Silence.
I can see if I can find anything out. Any weaknesses. I know. The pack taught me some rights that might help.
Like,
To learn their ban.
There what?
Ben raises a finger and then lowers it. All spirits have something they're forbidden from doing. Like which it depends on how powerful the spirit is the greater the ban. If you know it and can force them to do it, you can basically, you got them by the toes. Also, really, they taught you that crap? They didn't teach me shit.
I can be
Hey,
very
hey.
persuasive when I want to.
Josh, don't you start that crap. I gave you the option. Like, you could end up going with the dot and rituals. And you're like, no, I need the gifts.
Shush, I was talking in character.
They taught you the gifts.
Okay, so anyway.
But, yeah, the name was the Tome Bearer of Silence. I assume making it going off literal names and whatnot, if we can get it speaking, then yes?
Yes.
That's weird.
But no, knowing its ban would help out immensely. If only so that we can compel it to do what we want, essentially.
All right. I don't know how powerful this particular one is. I would not do this to Blackwing.
That is a wise statement.
As I am positive the repercussions would be intense.
True. But this
But
is a step.
I would.
Go ahead.
There's a possibility with this ritual that they can realize that I'm doing it and then, find me. So I don't know, do we want to do this here or elsewhere?
If you can find the Khajiit, they would probably be interested enough to see how this plays out.
We'll do it elsewhere. No reason to risk the house, everyone in it.
Also, didn't you say to get in there, which we'd need to be able to do, or at least you'd need to be able to do, you'd have to be at a repository of knowledge or whatever? Does the house really count?
Yeah. Well, I
No.
could do the ritual beforehand though. I don't have to
Okay.
do the ritual in the library. The library, that's just getting to the library.
Okay. All right. I see. You don't need to be there to do the thing. Got it.
Yeah. All right. We will find a place for this ritual, do the ban, or hopefully find out the ban, and then after that, we will go and kill, or not kill, but attach ourselves or capture ourselves an owlbear.
That's about it. Yeah. Call it a proof of concept. Yumiko, what about you? You've been quiet this whole time.
I'm in. Whatever you need to do, I'll do it.
That's good. But you're taking your life into your hands tonight. I need to know where you want to be.
This includes up to and possibly final death.
Well, this can go one or two ways. One, I die and possibly ruin some sire of mine's plan, or the prince's plan. On the other hand, I could survive this whole thing and still be stuck where I am. So, I see no downside.
Not exactly what I was asking, but good to know.
Basically, I'll risk my life. Yeah.
I'm just asking if you want to fight on the shadow side of things or stay here on the physical side of things.
Wherever you need me more, I'll stay there.
What do you mean physical side of things, Josh?
I don't know, Matt.
Like, okay, if you get it to walk out of the vault in the shadow, it's in the shadow. If you get it to walk out of the vault in the physical world, it's in the physical world.
No, Ben is trying to avoid having it walk out into the physical world because that's a bad. Yes, let's have pitched monster combat in the middle of the frickin' university. That'll go over well.
That would be hilarious. And I wouldn't have to worry about plot, like developing plot for weeks.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Ben's not that dumb.
But anyway, so okay. So Mika, what would Yumiko want to offer for her role in this? Is she planning on just throwing down if it comes down to a fight, or is she planning on trying to majesty the thing, or what? What is Yumiko gonna do?
She's basically at that point where if she needs to fight, she will fight. If she needs to do anything else, she will do that too.
Oh, okay, then here's me asking Mika. Take some agency with your character.
Yes, she will fight. She will go to the other side. She will, yeah.
Okay, other side it is then.
How long? How long?
Ha 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 ha.
Okay, that's the plan then. So Caitlin,
All right, I
let's.
guess we got a plan.
Yep. Caitlin, how long will this ritual take?
Out of character, I am finding that out.
Every time you roll is just one turn concentration. So you have to start rolling because it depends on how long it takes you to get your required numbers of successes.
Yes, what all do I need to do beforehand?
Performing the rite. The werewolf need not be able to see the spirit in order to use this rite. They must be able to see, but he must be in the spirit's presence or know its name. They intone a quiet first tongue phrase asking for insight and draw a symbol in the dirt or on a wall, and she would know this phrase because they taught it to her as part of the rite. If the ritual succeeds, knowledge of the spirit's band becomes clear to the werewolf. In any case, though, the spirit might notice what is happening, and it can use the connection created by the rite to attack the ritualist.
Okay.
So you need to start rolling your morality.
My
Wisdom.
wisdom. I can't click on it.
Well, you're supposed to be at 7, so just roll like intelligence and add a +4.
Okay, and where are we doing this at? Guess in the woods somewhere.
Yes, probably.
Congratulations, you did not get a dramatic failure. So, no successes were garnered. You may continue.
Three failures.
But 2 successes,
Two
so it's not a
successes.
dramatic failure.
Alright.
Progress is made toward the goal. Alright, roll again. Alright, cool. No dramatic failure. So you have succeeded.
Okay.
Alright. When the player accrues successes equal to the spirit's rank, the spirit's band comes to the character in a flash of insight. The storyteller does not provide the mechanical aspects of the band, however. For instance, a garbage spirit might suffer 3 points of damage to its corpus per turn of contact with cleansing chemicals, but if the character uses this right, all that they know is that the spirit cannot abide the touch of cleansing chemicals, end quote. Not that it damages the spirit. Each turn that the character rolls to accrue successes for this rite, the target spirit has a chance to notice what is happening. Storyteller rolls the spirit's finesse. If the roll succeeds, the spirit realizes what is happening and can use its noumena on the werewolf as if it possessed the reaching numen.
Yeesh.
The spirit can use its powers only on the ritualist, and only as long as the rite continues. Okay, so I forgot that last part. So I need to make a roll.
Oh no.
I don't like it when you roll.
It did not realize anything on the first roll. It did not realize anything on the second roll. And it realized that you were looking into it on the third roll, pretty much right as you ended it.
Oh boy.
It now knows that a warden knows its ban.
But doesn't know which one.
Correct.
Okay.
If she had gotten a dramatic failure, no successes and rolling a 1, the connection works, but in the wrong direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Risky, risky.
I knew it was risky. She didn't say that on purpose. She didn't say how risky it was on purpose.
All right, so does Caitlin know that it knows?
Yes.
All right. It knows that someone was looking into him. But I don't think he knows it was me.
Either way, let's get this thing in motion before it gets paranoid. And we go back and we pick up everyone.
And I get told it's Dan.
I have to figure out how to phrase its ban.
Because knowing it's banned may in fact change a little bit of her game plan.
Sorry, this one's like I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this without like giving away exactly what it is that happens. Okay, there you go.
So the Tome Bearer of Silence cannot bring itself to harm what it keeps watch over, and may only hunt within the cover of covetous darkness.
Ben gets a big old smile.
Now, it
The hell does that mean?
either keeps watch over the library or the vault or Natalie, both.
or more abstract, it watches over knowledge, so it can't bring itself to destroy it.
I think it's the vault. Because we are the wardens of the vault. They are the watchers.
Can you pull books out of the vault?
Yes.
Yes.
Think you can get us 4 books?
I could do that.
Nothing quite like a shield.
Sorry, Cassie's staring at Christina again.
Who? What? What?
Don't worry about it. So Ben gives Caitlin a ride back to the house.
I'm gonna get some big ol'... Wait, how are you giving me a ride back to the house?
On Mooseback.
It's the only way he's gotten her to ride him.
Ah, wink.
Oh.
You were
Oh
muted.
shit!
You were muted.
I'm pretty sure they heard me.
I did.
I didn't.
I did.
And it's bareback.
Anywho.
So, all you lot that are back at the house. Here comes. Oh, did you guys do it? Excuse me, in the shadow or just in the woods?
Just in the woods, I guess.
Okay.
Wherever it needed to happen.
Okay.
If it was better in the shadow, then...
Well, I'll put it more specifically. Josh, we don't have moose in the in Western Washington.
Oh.
Yeah, we have elk.
Well, he's not going to walk her all the way up to the back of the house. Once the woods get too sparse, she's walking.
You guys are also still, within major metropolitan area that just happens to be wooded. That you only get so far away from people.
Got it. Scratch it.
Being an elk would be fine. Riding an elk is a little very iffy.
That's true. So yeah, yeah, scratch that then. Guess we could do it in the shadow. That'd be fine.
Okay. I mean, either way, I guess it doesn't really matter then too much because everybody back at the house, you just kind of see Caitlin and Ben, like, I guess holding hands or something. I don't know. And they just kind of, over the course of like 1 second, fade from not being there to being there, standing in the middle of the living room.
I will shoot you one of these days.
I can probably take a bullet.
I can't.
Please don't do that.
Please don't shoot me.
I don't want to shoot anybody. Well, that's not completely true, but none of you.
It's reassuring. Um, so, what'd you guys learn?
I so it cannot bring itself to harm what it keeps watch over, and may only hunt within the cover of covetous darkness.
Okay.
What are the owlbears called?
They're the Watchers. Well,
The watchers of.
some of them are called differently, though. You know.
But they watch over the vault, right?
Right.
And what is the vault contain? I like Ben's thinking here. There's a very good leap of logic there.
Please tell me you guys aren't planning on trying to threaten doing like the Library of Alexandria.
No, that is not what we were planning to do.
I like this plan though.
I don't know what would happen to me if the vault disappeared.
Okay, then let's not do that.
But so book shields.
She's really
We
pretty.
can
What about her?
We're saying that if it can't
Not
harm
Brooke.
the vault or its contents, if we take some books out of the vault and use them essentially as human shields, except not human, it's books.
Okay.
Oh, book shields. Gotcha.
This could work.
When are
But
we doing this?
probably right now, because
I
well,
should
there's some
not
bad news.
have drank this many.
Say that again, Emily.
I should not have drank this many.
There is some bad news.
Yeah,
How bad?
it's not awful. It's just he knows that someone was looking into him. I don't think he knew it was me.
Okay.
But someone. So we should do this sooner so that he doesn't
Okay. So
have time to prepare. But hey, now that we know something, it's better than what we had before.
So everyone, get out your phones and start Googling libraries, museums, and art exhibits that are near to that courthouse we were at.
How about the courthouse library?
That crossed my mind, but it might be a really bad idea to interrupt the judge's court with a monster fight.
Okay.
I mean, props for convenience, but probably somewhere close by is enough. I mean,
Let's not do the children's museum.
Well, to be fair, if you're planning on pulling it out in the shadow, where you're doing it in the physical world is a lot less relevant.
yes.
True. I wonder what the shadow would look like around the children's museum.
Probably disgustingly sweet and also nightmarish.
Ben actually pipes up. Depends on if the kids have good memories or bad memories of it. If it's good, well, it could be light, joyous, and pretty happy. If not, it's gonna be the worst nightmare fuel you'd ever find.
Personally, I thought it was really cool when I was a kid, but
That is probably good.
Okay. So, are we doing the children's library? Are we doing? You said you don't want to just spontaneously pull the owl bear into the judge's court.
Not until we have it webbed up, no.
Okay.
Somewhere close enough that we can transport it, but not, directly in the judge's court, because respect and things like that,
Yeah. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Everybody roll me an intelligence plus streetwise roll, and we'll figure out. This is pretty much we're just gonna take the whole putting everybody's heads together to figure out what would actually work, and yeah, however many successes that you guys get as a group. Cassie, just ignore the map. We're just playing fast and loose with this. The more successes you guys get, the closer
Holy
it will
shit.
be.
We're rolling pretty good.
Streetwise and intelligence. Look at Tsukiko even getting a success with a -1 due to not being trained in Streetwise.
Hell yeah.
And
I'm
Natalie. I'm proud of you guys. Everybody rolled something. Except Cassie.
Who has Streetwise?
Cassie rolled a critical failure.
Oh no.
So, no, Cassie, you did contribute.
Poorly.
Is that the children's review?
Yeah.
Kid. I should have been able to.
So what do we find, storyteller?
Well, given that you, what we're gonna do is we're going to say that Caitlin's fuck up just negates one success instead of counting, but in the negative. That'd be I don't know, whatever. So instead of getting 5 successes, you guys have 4.
Cool.
It's because she's still thinking about the children's museum. Instead of lowering her microphone boom so that she could just say it to everybody else.
because I had just coughed.
Whatever. Anyway. So yeah, there's a place that you realize that you can get to. It's about 6 blocks away. In the physical world.
Right.
If it still has an analog in the shadow, you will have to double check. And you don't know how far it will be in the shadow.
I can easily check. I can easily check it. Check the distance and see what the terrain is like in the shadow.
Yes. Well, and on the other side of that conversation, everybody's going to be in the shadow at that point.
Well, I was just thinking I could do a little bit of reconnaissance beforehand.
Well, if I will enter from somewhere further away so that I can open the door for Natalie to not be in the shadow and to be completely away from the spirit room.
So, what are you going to just make a trip into Seattle?
Seattle is really far away.
Yes. I don't know. You guys are going. So the judge is in Tacoma.
Yes.
So
It's far enough away that there's no way that even if it calls her, she can get back.
True. I could go up to Seattle.
just leave your keys for Natalie so that she can drive back.
Well, we were planning on coming back together, I think.
I thought you were going to come back through to help with dealing with the spirit.
I really have no idea. Like, I can shoot at it with my pistols.
Okay, if you're in the shadow and it's in the shadow, you are physical to each other, so you can shoot it. If you're in this, so the way that probably the best way I can describe these is the Twilight and the physical world are on the same side of the gauntlet. They're the same plane, just two different layers. If you're in one, you can't mess with the other. By mundane means. If you cross the gauntlet into the shadow, you're on the same plane. So you can mess with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you could shoot it. You can hit it with your magic, your other abilities. Also, celerity adds to your shooting rolls. Remember that.
I don't have celerity.
Oh, that's right. You were going to get celerity.
And then I didn't.
I know someone who does, though.
I didn't because I wanted the ritual.
Mm-hmm.
It's a damn good ritual. I'm going to use that so much.
Mika,
Yes.
which skill were you getting the pledge bonus on?
To be honest, I'm unsure.
Okay, that. You need to pick one of your physical combat skills that you want to be able to use that as a bonus on. Given that you have your pokey sticks and all that, and already 2 dots in weaponry, probably in weaponry, unless you want to shoot people better.
I'll go weaponry.
Okay.
Yeah. Fight like my Amazon woman.
I have no words.
I'm going to make her a big axe.
You keep cutting out at the most inopportune times, and it's hilarious.
It is.
Sorry, I said I'm going to make her a big axe.
I don't wield two-handed weapons.
A big
Anyway.
katana, then.
That could work.
Weeb.
Bite me.
Hey, you're the one who decided to play hickey fetishist. I mean, vampire.
Kindred, you heathen.
Yeah, she's getting it.
Oh, she's gonna get it.
Oh,
Promises, promises.
I mean, have you seen her clan?
That's true. Fucking Davis. Anyway, so getting back to this. So yeah, so we have the gist of the plan here. You guys are gonna go figure out where this place is in the shadow, figure out the distance from there to the judge's court. Caitlin is going to be, while you guys are doing that, driving to Seattle, where she's going to leave her keys for Natalie. And yeah, so are you guys traveling to this place through the shadow, Josh, or is Ben going to step everybody through from the courtroom?
We'll step everyone through in the court bathroom. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, hang on. Since my is Courtney's physical form going through?
If Ben leads you through the gauntlet, then yes, your physical body would go with you.
Is that the plan?
If you
Well,
want it to be the plan, I mean, you could just pass out in a toilet stall if you want.
Also, given that your mental projection of yourself can't carry a gun,
Well, I don't have anything in firearms.
what's it you were going to use?
No idea.
Well, okay, what is your pledge bonus on?
Well, weaponry, but I just don't know what I would use.
Okay,
Letter opener.
pretty much. I would say that it's not unreasonable to say that Courtney owns a knife somewhere, and if Courtney doesn't, I guarantee you Ben does.
I hand him a big ass wrench.
I mean, Brooke doesn't have weaponry, but she probably has one
But
anyway.
yeah, I probably have a knife too.
So there you go, Courtney. Knife or wrench?
I'll go with
Bludgeon
wrench.
here slashing.
Bludgeoning.
Okay. You have a 5-pound wrench.
Sweet.
Ignore the bloodstains.
Was going to.
I took like 6 guys' teeth like that with that. It was kind of cool.
And yet never cleaned it. Fucking slob. Okay. So, you guys go to the... We're doing a bit of time lapsing here because we've been working on trying to get this set up for an hour and a half now. Everybody gets to the courthouse except for Caitlin. Ben has to grab a hold of each of you to step sideways in through the gauntlet. We really need to write down what that dice pool is.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, here we go. So, stepping sideways. Intelligence plus presence plus primal urge. With additional modifiers based on who he is leading. Where was that?
Intelligence plus presence plus primal urge?
Yeah.
Bah.
In fact, actually, I put in a little list already where I'd already done the math. Okay, so you would roll 3 to lead Yumiko through. 3 for Yumiko, 3 for Brooke, 4 for Natalie, and 5 for Courtney.
Okay, so hang on.
Roll 2 3s. Oh, go ahead.
So going for the first one. Hang on. So I should just roll this as just a... Bah, it's not letting me select my primal urge.
I would just put it in as a modifier.
Modifier. Okay, so...
Because whatever you're at now, like however many dice that is, in the end it would be 3 for Yumiko because she's not associated with the shadow, so it's harder to pull her through.
Got it. So I'm at 4, so -1. Success.
Yay.
And we do the same for Brooke.
Yep.
Yay, I'm getting better. How many for the next one?
4.
Okay, then I'm just
This
gonna
is
roll.
this is for Natalie.
Okay.
Nice. And then 5 for Caitlin or Courtney.
Okay. Really?
On the bright side, not a dramatic failure.
All right, Ben tries again. Okay, there. Awesome. Everyone's across.
Okay, so as I described before, when Ben and Courtney went through to this place, keeping in mind, so Yumiko, you are brought through first. Okay. So you guys, Ben kind of takes your hand, and it you don't really feel anything at first, but then after a moment, what you see in front of you kind of starts to phase away, like slowly fade out, and everything's gray. And while everything seems kind of gray and dreary, at the same time, like you feel a tingling in your fingers in a way that you haven't felt in months. You don't feel alive, but you feel like you're touching something that is itself alive and being brought into it, and over the course of the next 30 seconds or so, it just really begins to kind of like envelop you, and you can almost remember what that background noise of hearing your own pulse in your ears. And over the course of just the last couple of seconds, that feeling still surrounds every part of you. But when you're looking around, everything seems dark. Like, there's no artificial lights here. The moon is massive in the sky, way bigger than it should ever be. And the building that you were inside of, like, you were in a bathroom. Now you're standing in the middle of what looks like a grand foyer leading to one massive courtroom with open doors ahead of you and creatures everywhere here. And creatures is a very loose term because they are obviously in no way human, were never human, and could never relate to humans. You see what almost looks like an anthropomorphic raccoon whose eyes and claws are constantly dripping blood that never seem to touch the ground. Like, it fades away just a mere centimeter before it would hit. And then you also realize it doesn't have hind legs. It just floats there. But its movements make it seem like it would be walking. You see these other things, like, they look like statues. They're standing as still as statues, but they never move. Or, despite the fact that they never move, sorry. You can tell that is a creature. That is a thing. And it's watching. And it's making sure everybody here follows the rules. Follows the rule of the court. Everything here is inhuman and twisted, and it looks like Tim Burton's wet dream. And then Ben lets go of your hand and says, "I'll be right back." And
Poof.
fades away. About a minute later, he appears with Brooke. And so on and so forth. It took him a little bit longer to come back with Courtney. But yeah, pretty much like all of the spirits here seem to be just kind of ignoring Natalie and Brooke and actively avoiding Yumiko. Like, giving her a fairly wide berth.
Questions?
Mm-hmm.
The effects of being across the gauntlet on the map.
Fuck.
Right?
Uh,
Wait, the
that
effects of the gauntlet as far as what?
the mask that prevents you from seeing Brooke for what she really is. For her to drop that mask means she has to drop every point of willpower she has.
Glamour.
Ooh.
Oh, glamour. Sorry,
Mm,
but she's in the spirit now, in the spirit world, in the shadow. Where what
None of the
things?
books I know of cover anything about this, so I'm not sure.
Well, as Josh has put it, they did a very good job with making it up okay for GM Fiat for this. Okay, so I'm going to say that given that in this place right now, first of all, one of the things I should mention is all of you that look at Ben, you see these like glowing silver lines and sigils that almost look like some sort of like tribal tattoo all over his body or over parts of his body. And
I've seen this before, right?
yes, you have.
Okay.
You have seen the marks of renown upon Ben's body. Uh, shit. Okay, I'm going to think about that while I go through how this affects everybody else.
Well, hang on. Let me throw something onto you. Is Courtney in any way different because his physical form is here?
No,
Okay. Then
Courtney
that's
looks Courtney looks exactly like he did on the other side of the gauntlet.
I just wanted to know if there was any slight difference since physical form.
Yeah, and that was going to be what I started with. Courtney looks exactly the same. Everybody else looking at Yumiko, everything immediately around her, like within a foot or two, looks like it's kind of grayed out and bleached out. Like, not completely, but like almost like she has a corona that seems as the the light of the spirit world tries to go around her, it just loses its color.
Hmm.
Natalie. You can't see this, but when all of you look at Natalie, there is the faded and washed out image of an owl's face behind her, and bear paws resting on her shoulder, and the owl's eyes are closed.
Oh no.
It's okay. The eyes owls are the eyes are closed. It's not watching right now.
And then then I guess we get to Brooke, and yeah, well, we're blah 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 blah. We're gonna go ahead and say something just for the sake of it being cool that I'm probably going to regret later. The only people that saw her back at her apartment were Caitlin and Yumiko, right?
I think
Yes.
Ben came in. Didn't he?
Ben did.
Oh, okay. Well then, for Natalie and Courtney, Emily, go ahead and describe what Brooke looks like without her mask on.
Okie dokie. Brooke's still somewhat tall. Still has an athletic build, but rather than the normal, I've been in the sun, her skin goes really like plucked chicken pale. She's got clusters of black scales and accented at accent places. Cheekbones, knuckles, elbows. Things. Her eyes are a little bigger, and they almost glow. They're yellow with slitted pupils. Um, Her hair is wild, but in kind of a majestic animal kind of way. She's got some white feathers poking out of it, though, and a little bit of a hen's comb peeking out above her forehead. Her teeth are now gently pointed. It doesn't look like she could actually tear out flesh with them, but you get the idea, of fangs. And every once in a while, she'll lick her lips, and there's a long forked tongue, like a lizard's.
I think at
It
this
did.
point, Courtney's eyes are probably wide.
Natalie
Now, just
tries not to stare.
as far as just a clarifying bit as well, as far as her appearance goes, she's still, the same physical proportions, right?
Right.
Or so she's not exaggerated, like her arms reach down almost to her knees, kind of a thing.
Right. No.
Okay. Courtney, you have the distinct remembrance of when you said, "Brooke got hot."
I mean, she still is, sort of. Just in a scary monster kind of way.
Return of the Y boner. Anyway. So yeah, and any additional comments and whatnot before we continue down the road to your
shit.
location of choice?
Yeah, everything's fine.
I don't think Courtney's going to say anything because it was mentioned that she was like a dragon thing, right?
Ben has used the term dragon before, yeah.
Well, no,
Yes.
because when we were sitting down, because when we sat down before, I could swear we all kind of, or when we first got the house and the whole cake incident happened, I could swear that it was brought up that there was like.
Yes, Ben at that point called her a dragon, but Ben
She has never corrected him.
Ben
Nope,
is also not very well read, so Ben just thinks she's a dragon. She's not a dragon.
Ben's used the term dragon. Brooks never said anything different, but she's never specifically referred to herself as anything in specific either.
Jimmy,
Okay,
I'm going to go ahead and make a roll for you, reflexively here.
Okay.
Intelligence plus occult, plus your specialty in monsters. Really?
Ooh.
You throw 8 dice and you only get 2 successes?
I know.
You all are screwed tonight. Yeah, you know exactly what she is and why she chose Basil as her nickname. It's almost like it needs an ISK at the end.
Right. Okay. No, he's not gonna say anything. He's just gonna. I think the eyes are just gonna continue be wide for like a minute or two, and then he's just gonna continue on.
I have a question. If she stares right at Courtney, does he flinch?
Yes.
I don't think he'd flinch, but I think he definitely kind of maybe tilt his head.
Does
I
he
suppose
cringe?
that's true. If his body dies, he just gets back up again.
So, out of character, just as the GM, because I'm curious, who's he more scared of now, Yumiko or Brooke? That's a pause.
Or is it Ben?
Probably. Well, I don't know.
We'll have to figure that out eventually. That'll be fun.
I honestly think it might be Ben, because he's seen Ben just completely fly off the handle.
I can turn your car into a wonton and ruin all your couches.
Anyway,
I mean, the
So-
only thing he's seen Brooke do is go completely postal on a cake pan. So
and bind you all to a magical verbal contract that you immediately felt the ramifications of.
Ooh.
Fucking fairies. Anyway, so moving on. You guys end up leaving the courtroom, right? Or are you going to?
No, leave the courtroom.
You're not going to let the judge know.
Let's leave it a surprise.
Aren't you just
really
talking
sure
about
that
avoiding
wants to
surprises?
Yeah, I was about to say, are you really sure you want to surprise the judge?
I don't want to die.
It's okay,
They'll
Natalie.
poke
You
his head in
open...
the courtroom, wave like, "What's up, Judge?" and then go.
No, she'd probably halt all court for me, just like last time, if I went in there now.
Okay, but
Can't you
but
just
still,
pass a note? Do spirits have notes?
still, surprising the judge probably not a good idea.
Maybe.
Ben, go tell her. I'm not going to because I'm an anomaly. I can't guarantee what she would do if I interrupted the.
All right, all right.
Here, to throw out another thing. Does anybody have dots in politics?
I'm not there.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Does you make it? Nope.
Surprisingly, no.
But Ben does? Okay, Ben, roll me your int plus politics plus your honor.
I have politics even.
Of course Ben has politics. He was a Master Major General.
Plus 1 die for your honor. Josh, you can tell it to one of the statue guards.
And I shall do so.
Cool beans. The judge has been properly warned.
Hey, I might be bringing a Magathin to stand trial if he refuses to acknowledge my authority.
The statue just kind of very slowly turns its head, like tilts its head at you, and just nods in understanding.
Excellent. Okay, everyone.
Okay, so you guys get over to the door. Natalie,
Gotta give you guys books.
Yes.
you spend your point of knowledge.
Yep.
You reach over to. You will respect my authority. So you reach over to the door. You spend that point of knowledge, and as you open it to the children's library, which has a surprising amount of blood on the walls.
We're gonna ignore that and just
Children.
Yeah, this makes sense.
It's not real blood.
Have you ever been to the Children's Museum?
No, children's library. This is a different thing.
Oh, what?
I don't know what children's museum you're talking about. I don't go to Tacoma. What do you hell do you think this is? But either way,
Really cool.
you're a school teacher. You're biased.
Considering children, I mean, come on.
That's fair.
It makes sense.
Anyway, so you open the door, and before you is the vault. You're very familiar with the vault at this point. None of the rest of you have seen the vault, though. And what you see is, directly on the other side of the door, Caitlin.
With several books.
with a stack of books in her arms and what looks like car keys sitting on top of it. As far as where Caitlin's standing, she's not standing on anything. What you see is what looks like a vast expanse of like just a spiraling abyss of like it almost looks like a spiral galaxy kind of a thing, just continuing on into the distance.
Well, that's disturbing.
Welcome to where I was hiding for a month.
A little bit deeper in, you guys can see. Y'all remember the Matrix when they're like, "I need a weapon," and they bring out the infinite racks of weapons? You see that, but with books, computers, scrolls,
Tablets.
That is
tablets,
the best place ever.
floating lights that just happen to stay within their designated spot on the shelf.
And how does Ben's animal react?
Ben,
Yes.
you need to make me a roll.
Ah, fuck.
You need to roll me your resolve, plus your composure, plus your primal urge.
Oh no.
I received 2 successes.
Cool. Ben, you do not go into a berserk rage.
Ben is literally trembling. Ben mutters to himself, This is hell. This is hell, literally, with a library built on top of it. It's double hell.
That's true. He's the one that doesn't like books. It's double hell. Courtney,
Yeah.
being a creature of spirit, you actually feel something from this place.
Oh.
Like all of the shadow is itself almost alive. This place is. This place on the other side of that door is part of the shadow. But it's like it was broken off. Like it was a tumor that was excised because this place is hungry.
It's almost like
And not even hungry. Hunger would mean that it was trying to satiate a need. It just wants, and it wants more, and it will never have enough.
it's almost like it covets.
Yeah, and right now, Courtney, every time that the name of this owl bear spirit has been mentioned, it was like, okay, it's a funny title, whatever. No. The vault itself is covetous. The vault itself is greedy. The stuff that they put into it is separate. The information of the vault is not part of the vault. It's what it's hoarding. This place wants more. And these spirits serve it. And you feel like you want to throw up.
Oh,
Well-
how can this place be heaven and hell at the same time?
Well, at least there's no thorns.
Okay, so I have books. I have rope or rubber bands that we can tie the books on to people with so they have hands free.
So like you're just gonna put a book on like each person's chest. I'm assuming she went and found like non-valuable books.
I don't care if they're valuable.
Okay then,
Oh snap!
I mean,
Oh, shit.
Courtney.
okay,
Yeah.
Hold on.
maybe I should care if they're valuable, but
Courtney, I want you to enroll intelligence. You're rolling intelligence. Yeah, intelligence plus occult. Who else is book nerdy?
Caitlin.
Yeah. Yeah, but Caitlin don't give a fuck.
How would you
Caitlin
define book
figures if
30?
some of them are somewhat valuable, then he's
2
in fact
successes.
willing to kill it. Holy.
You almost fucked up, sir.
Did I?
Mouse over that roll.
Wow. That's a lot of fuck ups.
Mika's on her way to being a doctor. Go ahead and roll your intelligence plus occult as well, Mika.
But I figure if Ben... We'll wait on Ben, because if you have to transform, don't you, like, not get what you're holding?
So long as it's made of natural materials. But yeah, blah.
Ben's going to be the hardest one to book armor at last minute.
Just hand me one to hold. I'm okay.
Alright.
Alright, so everybody gets a weird half-assed breastplate of knowledge.
In the
Get-
hopes
get
that's
some.
going to work.
Surprisingly, it does not give you a +2 to intelligence.
Who... Alright, somebody make me a, either Dex and Crafts or Wits and Crafts. Whoever has the highest dice will roll it. Or whoever's tying it to everybody, roll it.
I can do Dex and Crafts. I just don't have my specialty.
I
in
have 7
crafts,
dots
right?
in Dex and Crafts.
I
Oh,
got 5
you
in
have
Dex and
7?
Craft.
I have 5.
Yeah, Ben, roll it.
I would have 2 or 3.
Cool. We're Ben. All right, I will take note of that. All right. All right. So Natalie and Caitlin are going to go into the vault, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so Matt, what did I roll the intelligence and the cult for?
The books that you're looking at.
Uh-huh.
Sending you a message.
Oh, okay.
You're going to cringe so hard. Courtney is going to cringe so hard.
Look at the bright side, Courtney. If you don't take a hit through this entire confrontation, you get to keep your book.
Hooray!
There you go, Jimmy.
Oh.
And the Wendigo just walks over and with a bit of twine and rope ties this to your chest.
Is he making a face? Is he making a face?
Yes, he is.
He
Did
pats
he
him.
just climax? Does he need a cigarette?
He pats
I
his.
was so happy
No,
that
no.
Caitlin just didn't care.
So he pats Courtney on the cheek a few times and goes, "If it survives the fight, you could probably keep it."
I am glad that Caitlin's not here to hear that, because she'd probably decline.
Natalie makes no comment.
Honestly, Ben, it's taking all the willpower I have not to run right now.
Can't. Made a pledge.
No, I know. That's why he's not running.
Goddamn fairy magic.
Haha.
Okay, so to try and speed things along, we're 15 to 9. We haven't even gotten to the real meat of this episode yet.
I know.
Natalie, you go walking into the vault.
Yep.
You're very familiar with this. You know exactly how to traverse this very odd place. It feels like you only take 5 or 6 steps. To all of you outside of the door, as she's walking, it doesn't really seem like she's walking any faster than normal. It's almost like the shelves themselves are shooting past her, past the door now.
We should probably get out of sight. All of us should probably get out of sight.
Step to the side.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, because now it's Natalie's job to get the spirit to leave the vault.
Oh boy.
Speaking of the spirit, as you walk along, you end up turning to walk down, one of the other places, because you know that your oath keeper tends to loiter in a close to the same spot, which is in itself kind of a weird thought, given that it's a near infinite library. And as you come approaching it, which by the way, also Caitlin, I'm assuming, is still by the door. Where's Caitlin going with Natalie?
Kind of like halfway-ish, like close enough to the door, but where she still wants to be able to see kind of where Natalie's going, or be able to see when they come back, so she can basically be prepared.
Okay. So, Natalie, you come walking up to the owlbear, who seems disconcerted. Like it's trying to figure something out still.
She kind of like clears her throat.
Its massive head turns to look at you at that point. Warden, you may approach.
Thank you. So, I understand that something is wrong. I mean, you don't usually look that way.
Something managed to peer within the vault and attempted to learn of me. This has never happened to me before. Only those who may enter the vault have ever seen me.
Then there must be some kind of breach then. Like maybe possibly something outside that is looking within actually physically. The only way really to check would possibly be looking outside.
It kind of swivels its head to look like straight at you, and it shifts its weight to stand up, and you remember just how massive this thing is. It's like half the size of a school bus with its wings folded up. And it looks over, like toward, in the general direction of where the access point to the vault is. And it seems to be considering. Perhaps you are right, little warden. It is the role of the Watchers and of the Keepers to stay within the vault and to ensure its safety. But if there is an external source that threatens the safety of the vault, it is our duty to respond and to remove the threat.
And the only way we could be sure is if we were to check the surroundings of outside. That would be the best way of figuring out how they're peering in.
The vault exists outside itself, outside of everything.
And
Outside
you
of the
yourself,
vault, outside of the vault is anywhere.
and you yourself say that you are not sure how, or rather, you're perplexed on how someone's looking for you. Why not search within the shadow or the other planes?
He seems to kind of look back down at you and squints, and you feel that it's looking at you in more ways than one. You know from previous discussions that your patron in particular has flat out stated that he can see where he can see, as he puts it, the strands of fate. And it kind of nods, says, perhaps, though searching blindly would end up removing me from my post for too long to be acceptable.
I could possibly at least momentarily watch in your stead.
You are not as attuned to the vault as I am. But you do seem to believe that this is a threat earnestly. What is happening from without of the vault?
I couldn't tell. Was that a question or a statement?
A question. He's asking if there's something going on outside the vault that has you so worried.
I'm always worried. I'm sure you know. So,
I'm not
and
going
the
to make you
fact
roll
that-
bluff on that.
oh boy.
No, I said I'm not even going to make you roll bluff on that.
You know I'm always worried, as is. And seeing you like that only makes me more worried.
Roll me your manipulation plus your persuasion.
Oh, I actually have that. What is it? Okay, now it's saying right.
And I'll let yeah, never mind. Because you're trying to reason with him, not fast talk him.
Oh. One success.
Okay. Um it kind of stands up and it doesn't make any other gestures other than to say in a very, very specific voice, look you in the eye, and say, wait here then until I return. I should have pulled this page up earlier. Uh-huh.
Fuck.
She just said there was a pile of books outside that you needed help moving.
The worst part is that probably would have worked.
I know it would have. It's a suggestion you gave. But Ben didn't know enough about these things to like just tell Natalie, okay, this is what you're gonna say.
It's power plus that plus dominate. Okay, so I need you to roll your resolve plus your stewardship. One success. Okay. Hope that this guy rolls like you guys tend to. He did not.
Damn it!
Natalie, you've been hit with Mesmerize. You will now obey that command to the best of your abilities.
She just like nods her head.
You know,
And then
Because-
I have to ask, Matt.
yeah,
Does phone work in the shadow?
no.
Shit.
They require a connection to a cell tower.
There aren't any cell tower spirits.
Oh, there
there-
probably are, but do they have the... Well, they would probably have the reaching Numina to go across the gauntlet, but it depends on how strong the particular cell tower spirit is, and if it has a high enough rank of influence to do that.
Fair enough.
And they don't do things for free.
Also fair.
Now, what I will say, though, because I know that everybody keeps forgetting about this as a mechanic, Natalie,
Hmm.
you could have spent willpower to give yourself 3 additional dice. I will give you the option of rolling 3 additional dice retroactively, just as the whole, this is your reminder for the thing that you should be able to do.
Yep. We're burning one.
Okay. So I'll do the roll for you now. You tied it. You successfully resist. It does not know that you resisted.
She's still gonna nod her head.
Okay. And it starts walking. And just like I described before, the shelves just kind of shoot past it as it turns to head towards the doors. Caitlin, you see a very large owl spirit just shoot right past you. Natalie's nowhere in sight.
Well, crud.
Stick to the plan.
Say Natalie would have waited like a few seconds before running.
Stay on target.
Well, I was going to try and see if I could figure out where Natalie went, because the plan was to send Natalie to Seattle.
Yeah. So here's what I need to know then, because like it shoots past. Natalie, what are you doing after he's out of sight?
She is going to try. Well, assuming there is technically more than one doorway to the vault, she's going to try making it back to where she had gone. So back to the party.
Okay. Like there's a single access point, but many doors kind of a thing. So you would be heading towards the same place that the tome bearer is.
Just a good bit behind him.
Okay. So after the tome bearer shoots past Caitlin, you're like, hold on a second. What? Wait, where is? And then here comes Natalie, like peeking around a bookshelf, like on the other side of the aisle.
All right. So she goes to Natalie. Says, "We got to get you to Seattle."
He tried using my things on me. Not even bullshit of spirit connection. No. My powers on me.
I mean, they gave us our powers, so yes. No. Look, you have my keys?
Yeah.
All right. You said there's a lot of doors just from one area?
Yeah, they're all in about the same spot. It's like, imagine if it was an actual library, right? There's the front door, except in this case, it's like an ambiguous number of doors, however many are necessary at the time.
All right. So I reach for a different door.
So
And,
you're going to go right past the tome bearer, who's currently right in front of the doors.
oh, he's still in front of the door. I thought he went
Yeah.
through the door.
So okay, but your plan is to get her over to a door and toss her out, just like the plan was.
Yes.
Okay. So, but you're going to wait for the tome bearer to leave first.
Yes.
Okay. So the tome bearer shoots up to the doors, and it seems to be actively upset that the door was left open. Okay, Jimmy. Dirty.
Night, Jimmy.
He's gonna
Night,
take it up the butt from an
Jimmy.
owlbear bus.
He's
Good night,
taking
guys.
one for.
Night, Jimmy. Josh, you're the most familiar with his character sheet at this point, probably.
I'm
After
not.
me.
But okay, fine. I'll run it.
You're the one most likely able to figure it out.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, it seems actively upset, and then the door seems to get bigger. You guys that are in the shadow notice that the door gets tall and wide and keeps getting taller and wider, and then this great big bastard comes stepping through the door.
Oh, you big.
Rook is ready to do some shooting as soon as he's actually out of the doorway.
Yeah.
Bang, bang, motherfucker.
So,
I take it we roll for initiative?
yes, please roll for initiative.
Oh, wow.
Well, do I roll for initiative now or after I go through the other door?
Oh, this is most unfortunate for him.
And
You're going to roll for initiative now.
question, do I roll?
Yes. No, not really. You're gonna kind of be just shunted out of the combat anyway.
Sorry about that, but I didn't want to die.
I'm not running away. This was part of the plan.
Natalie wasn't part of the pledge anyway.
Yeah, she was.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought she skipped out on it.
Originally, she was going to, but then it was better clarified, and like everybody is actually in on this plan now.
Okay.
For the pledge. Okay, so I need to add turn.
Yeah, everybody is in on the pledge, but not everybody was going to be part of the plan to take, or part of the combat to take this guy down at this point. But since we had a plan for it, it doesn't count as being against the pledge.
Josh, roll Courtney's initiative.
Okay.
Ow. Right. 9, 10, 9, 13. Okay, so descending order. Okay, so this thing steps out of the door.
I guess I'm controlling Courtney.
Yes. There's one thing I'm going to send you as DMs though. Well, actually, first, have you looked up what his CD do?
What do?
His immortal magic, the CD.
Oh. No, I have not, because I've been on camera the whole time, so I haven't moved off the Roll20 screen.
Okay. Given how much of a non-combatant he is, Command 1 is... Actually, did I ever send you this book?
Immortals, I am the one who has it.
Oh, okay.
I just, again, can't look at it because cameraman.
Okay, that's fine. Then I'll go ahead and run Courtney then, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Influence spirit. Character can cause a single spirit to feel any desired emotion. This emotion isn't overwhelming, but a spirit that becomes afraid is more likely to either flee if threatened. Yada yada yada. There is no cost, and it is instant. So, we're going to roll that. And it's manipulation, empathy, plus his chi. Well, the good news is that there's no roll to resist. He just makes it feel an emotion. End point.
Well, that's good.
And we're gonna go with something a little bit obtuse here, but he's gonna be aiming for penitent.
Okay.
Cool. Ben,
Makes sense.
all of that feeling that you had when the door opened.
Uh-huh.
I need you to roll again.
Son of a bitch.
Ben, look, an owl. You hate
Wait.
owls.
At least he has to target.
I do hate owls. It's resolving composure, right?
plus Primal Urge.
Ooh, no, Ben.
Oh no, Ben.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no!
Dang
Okay.
it. I was gonna have
So-
him to say something too.
So, well, now here's where there's the benefit to the Wendigo versus the werewolves. The Wendigo are not driven by capital R rage like the wolves are,
Yeah.
whereas the wolves are righteous barbarians. The Wendigo is the paladin that punishes you with irony. And Ben, you realize this is not just a Magath. You don't like, you know that there was at least a time that the wolves mentioned something similar to this. It was made in passing. None of them had ever seen something like this. They never expected that it was going to matter, and that it would be one of those things that you kind of have time to learn about. But deep within your heart, you feel a word in the first tongue that comes up your throat and out your mouth as you start shifting.
Uh-huh.
Maelgin.
That's bad, right? That's bad, guys. No, I'm kidding. That's out of character.
Mm-hmm. So,
Dang
here's
it.
where there's a this is going to get a lot of roleplay heavy here for this, because there's benefits and there's downsides right now, Josh. You
Right.
remember that thing that allows you to stay in your hybrid form for a significantly longer amount of time?
Uh-huh.
That's triggered.
So I have to punish it.
You have to punish it.
Okay.
You are the Wendigo. You are the great justice. You are the object lesson before its end.
Oh shit! Time for
You-
spankings.
You cannot take any form but your hybrid form.
Okay. And I'm in it for
And-
10 minutes.
And you have all the benefits thereof, but the biggest downside is everything you do must be for the express purpose of the punishment of this thing. And the only punishment that matters in the shadow is capital.
That's what I was afraid of. Okay.
You also, just as an out of character reminder, fire hurts you just like it would a vampire, because you are a creature of cold and dark.
Yes. I think I take it that you're bringing this up because it's going to come into play.
No, I just don't think anybody else was actually ever made aware of it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Ben is getting burly, and ice is crawling over the ground.
As the description is, the Wendigo was gaunt to the point of emaciation, its desiccated skin pulled tightly over its bones, with its bones pushing out against its skin, its complexion the ash gray of death, and its eyes pushed back deep into their sockets. The Wendigo looked like a gaunt skeleton, recently disinterred from the grave. What lips it had were tattered and bloody, unclean, and suffering from separations of the flesh. The Wendigo gave off a strange and eerie odor of decay and decomposition, of death and corruption. Also, you get 4 points in size, so where this thing in front of all of you is massive, like, again, about half the size of a bus, Ben goes from size 5 to size 9 and is almost as big. Ben is towering.
And he bellows out one simple thing before he charges the creature. close the door.
Make your attack roll. Because I'm assuming you're gonna just go maul it.
Maul it!
Born in a barn, close the door.
So, are you going with the grapple thing that you were doing before, or that was happening to you the only other time you've taken your hybrid form, or are you going for the throat?
He's gonna start with an antler attack, just literally just gore it to start with.
Okay,
'Cause
so
that's a lot of pent up rage.
oh, this isn't rage. This isn't that. That's the big difference between you being forced to your war form and a wolf. A wolf is rage. You are calculated. You are justice.
Yep. And the fact is, handicap it and hamstring it first, and then we can grapple it.
Fair enough.
So antlers.
War form. You get. Oh, I did not copy that part. Let me grab that really fast. My bad.
No problem. And hopefully I don't just kill it in one hit. That would be really sad.
So we're down to 4 outcomes, guys.
Shit.
Uh-huh.
Alright, a claw attack performed in war form adds 1 bonus dice. A bite adds 2. Antlers add 3, but cannot be used without a charging action.
Alright, hang on.
Okay. So you need to, in the end, you have to add to this roll your 3 dots of strength, your 3 from the antlers. Because you have to remember, in this version, attack and damage are 1 roll. Oh, also, your initiative goes up by 1.
That's cool.
Anyway,
So 3,
Yeah.
6. So
you're adding 6 extra dice.
Cool. Six damage.
Oof. Oh crap! You know what? I was supposed to have you. Shit. We are gonna have you re-roll that.
Okay.
Fuck. Because I forgot about the other thing that we have to do here. We have to. We have to. It's defense value.
Okay.
You have to take that many dice out of your dice pool.
Got it. And I probably
so
shouldn't roll it as the wrench either.
No.
So what's its defense value?
4.
So I'm only rolling +2 on this. Got it. Much worse, but let's face it, that's kind of what I got the first time anyway.
Worse end result, but at least it's accurate now. Okay, so you guys see Ben shift. He says he whispers Maeljian under his breath. He immediately, just over the course of like a second, grows up to that full size, charges forward, and just slams into the side of this thing, antlers first. All right, Yumiko.
Uh-huh.
It's your turn. What are you doing?
Well, upon hearing the instructions of close the door, I'm gonna activate Celerity, which costs 1 Vitae.
Mhm.
And I'm going to have Yumiko go close the door.
Okay. So you're not waiting for Caitlin to come through. You can hold on to your action to wait until Caitlin is through and then do it.
Is Caitlin gonna come through?
That was the plan.
Well, then I'll be near the door to close it when she leaves.
Okie dokie. After putting in your celerity, your initiative also goes up by 1. But that would have been more. It's. Well, it doesn't matter. Nobody's within that close to you. But your defense goes up and your speed becomes 20. I'm sorry, the track team star is not the fastest, not even the second fastest person in the group anymore.
Yet.
Yet. There's a reason she wants celerity.
Well, also,
Oh, that's true. Anyway, alright, so you're over there getting ready for that. Brooke, what are you up to?
Bang, bang, bang. Or, well, bang.
I don't want to know your name, I just want to bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, she's gonna, of course, take a shot.
Okay. Go ahead and make your roll. It's a ranged weapon, so its defense does not count. Damn. Okay. Out of 8 dice, you got 6 successes. Jeez. 8, 2, 10, 1, 8, 9, 9, 8, 1. Only one of those dice came up with something insignificant. Of course, this would be the part where you guys actually start rolling really well.
Oh, also, I completely forgot that there should be 2 more on there. One for my pistol specialty, one for a Drayton.
Also, we should have... your initiative should be higher.
Oh, right. I should have 3 extra dice. Except you can't add extra dice to your initiative roll if you hit initiative.
Yeah. That's fair.
Jeez, Emily's Annie Oakley in this game too.
Yes, but this character is actually designed to be.
That's true.
Caitlin.
well, I'm coming through the door, first of all. So.
You're opening one door and sending Natalie out that one.
Yes.
Okay.
And then coming through the door that Natalie had left open.
Yes. Which Yumiko has now closed behind you.
Okay. Oh, question.
Thursday.
If I did transform into the Garu,
Mm-hmm.
would I be able to use my gun still?
No.
Okay.
Well, yes, because you would not inherit the rage. Anything supernatural about it you do not get. Only the physical aspects. The purely mundane.
Okay. Because, so would I have the negative to all of the social and mental because that is invoked because of the
That's
rage?
the rage. No, you would not get those.
Okay. Then, yeah.
Now, because you do not suffer the rage, you do not get to ignore wound penalties.
I know.
You don't get the extra armor.
It doesn't give me. What it does is giving me the ability to not read or words. I don't have to make stamina rolls to remain conscious.
That you would have to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't show me extra armor. Oh wait, yeah, it does. Armor one.
Yeah. So here, Cassie, look at the character sheet real quick. You get these, you get these,
Mhm.
and you get that. The perception.
Okay.
You don't get anything else.
Still, I mean, it's kind of worth it at this point. Yes, if I attacked with my claws or bite,
Correct.
I can bite people without having to grapple them too.
Mm-hmm. So,
Alright.
are you doing that then?
Yep.
What's the cost?
That is in here. 1 knowledge.
Okay, so you spend your knowledge, and you need to succeed at your 3 dice pool roll.
Oh shit.
If you get it, great. If you don't, well, oh well.
Why did you move my page? I was about to hit the button. It's page 2.
Congratulations, you did not dramatically fail.
I know. What can I
Hooray
spend
for not
willpower and
fucking-
redo that?
No, you don't. You don't
Yeah.
spend willpower to reroll.
Sad. Well, I come out and the door closes behind me.
Aoife over there, or Caitlin, kind of makes a face like she's trying to do something, and looks a little bit disheartened. Cool.
And I assume that takes my turn.
Correct. It is now the Tome Bearer's turn. Josh,
Yes. It's gonna try and dominate me, isn't it?
is gonna try and dominate you.
Okay.
So this thing kind of spins on one leg after having gotten gored, and you see the caricature of blood pooling out from under its feathers and dripping down, especially with the bullet wound currently lodged in the side of its neck. And it seems angry. To start with, it kind of like it's not so much a movement action as it's like recovering from the impact there, as it kind of hops over to the side and pivots on one foot, and as it slams its other foreleg down and stares at the Wendigo right in the eyes, it tries to give you a single command, and in a bellowing voice that if these were physical windows you felt would have shaken them if not shattered them, it just bellows out, "Stop!" And intimidate.
If that's command,
Josh.
it's just resolve.
Uh-huh.
Roll your resolve plus your potency stat.
So +1, and I'm gonna also spend a willpower for +3.
Okay.
Really?
You rolled an attack.
Oh,
You need to click yourself back to sheet roll.
got it.
Alright, go ahead and make your roll.
It ended up the same anyway. What the fuck?
Exceptional successes. The character wins the contested roll with 5 or more, and the victim not only obeys but rationalizes what she does as her own decision until and unless someone questions her about it in depth. Assuming the commanded action is one that can be carried out for some time, such as wait or sleep, the subject obeys for a number of turns equal to the successes obtained on the command roll.
Now,
Yeah.
does this happen despite his, unable to do anything other than punish?
That is why he got to throw his primal urge into the roll.
Okay.
Though, actually, hold on. You have ranks in purity, don't you?
I believe so, yes.
Yes, you do. I doubt you're going to get 6 successes off of 1, but go ahead and throw a single die. Just click off everything but primal urge, I guess.
2 successes.
Off of a single die. I mean, the numbers weren't in your favor, but it's
It's
Though-
no longer an
though-
exceptional.
yeah, it's no longer an exceptional success. That's a good point.
Okay, so what's it usually normally? Like, I only spend a single turn doing it?
The character wins the contested roll by getting the most successes, and the victim obeys literally and with applicable self-preservation.
Okay.
Self-preservation, would that also include, the pledge?
Maybe.
If he violates the pledge itself does not kill him.
Hmm.
That's
So
true. It does not. It
It-
could
oh.
have.
yeah, she could have gone that route. It's like, you will defend each other to the death, or you will die.
Okay, either way. So I have to hold off for a little bit.
Correct. This is where we narrow the possible outcomes from 5, well, I guess 4 now, down to 2. Because, Natalie,
Did we not remember the spider that we were talking about bringing?
oh no, I'm assuming that the spider's been following you.
The spiders,
Okay.
yeah, the spiders knows where to go. It won't happen until we incapacitate the thing.
Natalie,
Yes.
your vice is cowardice.
Yep.
Your life is in the hands of your friends. You step out of... When you came out of the vault, you were in a parking garage in a library that you're only passingly familiar with. Caitlin told you which one it was going to be before you left. You see Caitlin's car right in front of you. You're running towards it. And as you have the keys in hand, and as you're reaching for the door, you just feel the worst searing pain. And it's not in your heart, it's not in your head, it feels like it's all of you. Take 2 points of lethal damage.
Oh shit. Which way do I use to borrow this?
You're going to click on the boxes for health. And so a single slash is bashing damage, which is non-lethal. If you click again, it'll make it an X, which is lethal damage. A third click would make it aggravated. You are not in aggravated damage yet.
Oh boy.
Okay, that was its turn. It's now Courtney's go.
And what does Courtney do?
That's a good question. Well, you guys did give him a wrench.
That's true.
Wait, can he telekinesis the wrench?
Yes.
Fuck it, I'll run with it for the moment. So he's gonna go ahead and roll. Attack roll. Type is melee. What's the damage? What did we say the damage die was on the wrench, Josh?
Still have my brain
Damage
search.
1.
Yes.
It's like my pistol's only 2, so
Yeah. Strength 1, size 1. Okay. So he's gonna swing the wrench with a +1 for weaponry because pledge. Aw, he tapped it. Oh, wait. Oh, jeez.
It's giving him a -1 for being untrained.
It's giving him -1 for being untrained. So here we're gonna re-roll that and just put the dot in. Okay. So he smacks it for 2 more damage.
He should have put it in athletics for throwing weapons.
Decent idea. So yeah, Courtney runs up to this owl and just like bashes it in the back of one of its knees. Ben, you have stopped.
I strain with everything, but I cannot bring myself to move any further or attack this thing.
You may roll your resolve plus your composure to try and see if for the sake of this fight and whatnot, I'll figure out if there's supposed to be a way to get out of it later. Resistance is reflexive. Oh, okay. Roll resolve plus your potency again. That's what we got to do.
Okay. Dang it. Wait, okay. Sometimes it'll select primal agents, sometimes it won't.
Yeah, its selection box is a little janky.
I'm going to spend another willpower to give you another +3.
Go for it.
What the hell is with this game?
You just dramatically failed that.
I know. What the hell is with this game?
I don't know, but this RNG is brutal.
Apparently.
I think it has a GM bend. Because Courtney succeeds when you roll.
And then
GM and Emily bend.
I was gonna say Emily rolled 6 successes on the I'm going to shoot it with a single bullet.
I'm just really good at shooting in role-playing games, apparently. Happens in Star Trek too. And I'm playing the fucking doctor.
Yeah, she has no stats to shoot well, and she shoots well every single time. Almost.
Not every single time, but a lot more than it feels like it should.
Brog,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
Oh, goody.
Let me guess. You would like to make the pew pew sounds?
I mean, of course. So it's gonna be more like bang. This time I'll add the +2.
Oh no.
Wait, what's the +2 from?
My 1 for adroitness, 1 for specialty pistols.
Oh, okay. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh, Cassie. Ben spent a willpower.
Oh, Hey, I got a mana back.
Yeah, you should pay attention to that.
God,
Okay.
that's hilarious.
So you hit it in one of the wings, I guess. Like,
I mean,
guess.
it still
You-
took damage. Damage is damage.
Yeah, it was a grazing shot.
Yeah, it's still funny.
Oh yeah. Like, oh, I'm gonna remember my other 2 dice this time. Prepare to get your shit wrecked. 1 success. Yumiko. The door is closed. What are you doing?
I'm gonna keep my celerity up. I think it's once per turn, right?
Correct.
So gonna spend another vitae on it
Mm-hmm.
to keep it up. And I will just throw knives at it.
Alrighty. You do get, for your throwing knives, you get to add your celerity on attack rolls. I believe you get to add celerity on attack rolls.
I don't know.
Adds to initiative. Adds to speed. Nope. Okay, it's entirely defensive and mobility. Also, as a heads up for the future, celerity can be activated at the beginning of the round to give you that initiative bonus.
Right. But I wasn't thinking of it until after, so.
That's fine. All right, so make with the knife throwy bits. You do not add your celerity.
So I just highlight attack roll and hit the dice, right?
You highlight attack roll. Make sure you have your throwing knife selected.
Make sure you
Yes.
add if you had the pledge for that.
That's true because your pledge was in weaponry. You don't need to select weaponry. It'll because on the weapon attack bit you have thrown. It'll automatically take it into account. It's just going to ask you for a modifier, and you're going to add 1.
Okay.
Two damages. Okay.
I mean, they're stacking up. That's the thing.
And that shot of 6 really did help.
And I will be right back because Core's getting into stuff.
Kitty!
Um, I'm not gonna try wasting a turn to do the turning into a werewolf again at this point.
Yeah, huh?
But she has gun.
She has.
She shooty. Bang bang.
Has gun, will shoot.
Okay, make with the shooting. And yep, go ahead. 2 more damages.
Hooray!
Cool. Natalie,
Mm-hmm.
what's your response to the pain that you felt when, right as you got to the door of the car?
She's gonna try not screaming.
Okay.
And still push forward, try and get into the car.
Okay. So you get in the car, you get the key in the ignition, and smash cut back to the shadow. The tome bearer taking a couple more shots, getting hit with a wrench, as demeaning as that is. Its wings snap up, and in a single downbeat, it launches itself into the air. And Caitlin,
No.
you recognize something that it's doing.
Uh-huh.
It's weaving magic.
Can I turn on my time thing?
Yes, but what it's doing is not time magic.
Oh, okay. I
But
just
y-
wanted
but-
to see what it was gonna affect.
That would be less time and more fate.
Okay, never mind.
But what you do, because you are at least passingly familiar with actual magic, not just
Mhm.
spirit magic, but sorceress magic. Each of its 4 limbs is animating a different spell.
It is wrong for a spirit to do this.
Oh, this is very wrong. Hey, Josh,
Yeah.
you get to make another roll.
Is this wrong?
I mean, you guys keep getting to the point before I do. But, yes, it is weaving 2 different forms of sorcery.
Okay.
And it casts both of these spells, finishing, and they're both affecting it.
Can I tell what type of?
No,
Oh, so
that would be the purview of Prime,
okay,
or if they're casting the same spell that you, the same arcana that you are.
okay.
Okay, so what do I gotta roll?
Resolve Composure, Primal Urge, because he's trying to trigger your Great Justice bit again.
Is he trying to, or just
Well,
is?
not trying to. He is. Yeah.
Son of a.
How?
It's almost the exact same result as the last time too, if you notice.
Yep. Yeah, I did.
Well, is the roll to not activate that? Because if he wound up reactivating it,
It's this is more of a, does his primal nature take over? Like in this case, like before it was, did it take over him? In this case, is the role is it trying to overtake the dominate?
okay. So having 0 successes means is triggered or is not triggered.
It did not overcome the dominate.
Okay.
And I was gonna give him the benefit of them being cumulative, but he would have to roll a success first.
Not happening.
So
Can I stop his spells?
if you had Prime 3, you could counterspell.
Yeah, just like if they could attack his limbs.
No. So we get to Courtney's turn, who continues to telekinesis the wrench.
Into his limb.
Just like, I'm gonna smack him. Goes and uses the wrench. And it hits, but where before, like even the wimpiness of Courtney had at least caused it to react somehow. This time, oh, you know what? I keep not doing on his rolls, applying defense.
Yeah.
And I didn't roll it right in the first place. Here, I'm gonna just fucking do that. Roll that. Where did here? Come here, you stupid bird. Oh,
I mean, you already have a -1.
what? Oh, from the weaponry thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I did that, and it's just it's clunky. That's the vampire book. I need this book.
So how high is he up in the air?
Like 20 feet ish.
It's a good thing I'm not a werewolf and trying to attack with my claws or anything, because that wouldn't work anymore.
Okay. That's the part that I kept forgetting to take into consideration. A spirit's defense is equal to its power or finesse, whichever is higher.
And so,
So it has a defense of 4.
I thought you said it had a defense of 4.
Yes, but I hadn't been taking that into account
Ah,
for the die rolls. So, alright, what I need to do, go back to Courtney, we're going to roll, and -4.
nope.
Okay, yeah, so officially Courtney is rolling a chance die.
Dang it.
Has to roll a 10. So I think he's gonna. Well, he can't really do too much with command. Josh, while I'm getting through everybody, well, let's do your turn first. Go ahead and make your.
Resolve plus planet large.
Yes, that one. Thank you. 2
Finally.
successes. All right. So, oh, did you want to burn a willpower on that?
No, I'm okay.
How much do you have left?
3.
Okay. All right. So you're trying to break free. You're making some headway, but you are not loose yet. While we handle Brick's turn and everybody else's, would you please go double check the telekinesis Numina and double see if it can be used as just a straight attack itself? Brooke, you're up.
Alright, time for shooting.
All right.
This bitch gotta go.
When you get to the modifiers on your die roll,
Uh-huh.
you need to subtract 2 dice.
Lame.
Ow!
Less dice means more damage.
Kinda. Okay. Yumiko, throw on another knife.
Yep.
Okay, make your roll.
Notice it's not been attacking us. I think the books are helping. Maybe.
Beat it with a book, verbal abuse with it. Is it still +1 because of the thing, or?
Yes, but you're gonna end up a net -1 because of one of the spells it cast.
Okay, so no modifiers then.
The modifier is -1. The total was supposed to be -1. My bad. It's subtracting 2 dice, so it negates your +1.
I am not confused. Sorry, just
Okay. In the modifiers window, -1, because you get your 1 bonus die from the pledge. It
Okay.
cast a defensive spell, reducing the attack pulls against it by 2. 2 damage. Okay. Caitlin.
I'm gonna do the shooting again, especially since even if I did transform, I couldn't reach it.
Mhm. Make with the
Hmm.
PQ.
Matt,
Also subtract your attack roll by 2.
telekinesis
Yes, Josh?
isn't in the werewolf book.
No. Oh, no, sorry. It's in the World of Darkness core book. In the ghost section.
Okay.
Okay. Bullet connects.
I'm scared.
You're scared.
Natalie. You feel it again. You already hurt. It aches. Everything feels like you've got needles all over your skin, stabbing into you. And now it feels like something just wrapped you in latex and shoved them as deep inside of you as they could get.
Rude.
And you take 2 more points of lethal damage.
She's gonna end up actually taking her phone out, trying to send a text, telling them to please stop.
Doesn't work.
It's the thought that counts. She doesn't know.
I know, I'm just really sad that it doesn't work.
No service in the shadow.
Yes, it can be used as an attack, Matt.
Alright, what's its dice pool?
Let's see here. If a ghost wishes to hurl an object at someone and enough successes are rolled to lift the object and reach the target, the total number of telekinesis successes is rolled as a dice pool as an attack against the target.
Okay, that's alright. That's weird, but okay, whatever. We'll move on.
So specifically, it states that successes rolled are equal to the strength needed to lift the object. If the successes rolled are equal to the strength required to lift the object, the ghost can move it up to 1 yard. Each additional success allows the ghost to throw the object an additional yard.
So it's not fine telekinesis, it's just throw shit.
It could be, but no, they can do fine telekinesis. It's just if you want to move stuff, that's how it works.
Okay.
Oh, actually, hang on. There's another thing here. Alternatively, the ghost can make a direct attack on the victim using raw power to inflict cuts, bruises, and bites on the victim's bodies. Treat this as a normal attack with a -3 modifier. This attack ignores the target's defense trait if available, any available color, and any armor.
Color?
Armor.
I think you meant cover.
Cover,
Oh.
sorry. Yeah, any available cover, armor.
Okay. So we'll get back to that then. Cassie, I'm assuming you're saying that we need to wrap up because everybody needs to go to bed. That's why your hand is up.
No, my hand was up because I was curious if we see Courtney's familiar.
No.
Okay.
It's familiar is in the Twilight.
I mean, do I see it at least?
Mm-mm. It's on the other side of the gauntlet.
If I had my thing activated, could I see it?
No, it's on the other
Okay.
side of the gauntlet.
I wasn't sure.
Anyway. So, as I said, those pins, those needles that felt like were all over your body, they get squeezed into Natalie, and she feels like she's, well, you're not in good shape. You know that this isn't just pain. This is a pain that'll kill you.
She's still gonna try and make it to the Haven.
Okay.
Just don't wreck on I-5.
Now,
Bad news.
out of all of you, is there anyone that was not wearing a book, or did everybody get booked up except for Ben?
Who has one in his hand still?
I think everybody got booked up.
I think everybody got booked up.
Cool.
I'm nervous
The-
now.
The tome bearer charges at Brooke. Like just flat out Nergigante dive. Reaching to try and pin her to the ground. So, Emily, I need you to roll an unarmed, on your weapon attack, but you're just rolling an unarmed attack to try and see if you can avoid the. Unless you are going to try and do something other. How is it you're trying to avoid the grapple? I guess is the best way to put it.
Give me a second.
Athletics.
Yeah, I think your best bet would be to just try and dodge and roll Dex plus Athletics.
Yeah, hi. I was checking something else.
I wasn't trying to tell you what to do. Just
No, yeah, it's good. I was checking something else entirely, but yeah, that's not a thing. So, all right, Dex plus Athletics sheet roll. Sprinting will not help.
missed your dex.
Oh shit.
Yeah, just go ahead and reroll it.
I got one! Hooray!
Why did it give you a wound penalty? Oh wait, no, that's the okay.
It's not supposed to have a wound penalty. That's the kicker. What's the trait that reduces wound penalties?
Iron stamina.
It didn't do it.
Maybe it just we killed it too much.
I know that it only does a percentage off. Or rather, it matters how many points you have, and that's. I don't know how many is past 1, though.
Okay, so 1 did it. 2, it did it. Okay, so I put it to 3. It won't do it. Why is it not doing it? Oh, that's right, because it's never supposed to negate all of them. It's only a 2 dot. Okay. Oh, crap. Okay, so I'm going to just re-roll then and just add a +1 die then. Because spirits don't get wound penalties. Either way, same thing. Okay. So yeah, you successfully avoid getting pinned by this thing. Courtney's turn. So Josh, what was the dice pool for?
It's his power and finesse, or it would be a ghost power and finesse.
Okay, so a power finesse roll, and that's it.
Yes, and spend an essence point. Or alternatively, he can take a -3 modifier on it and have an attack that ignores his defense trait, any cover, and all armor.
Oh, here we go. Dex plus athletics is what the type pool is in Immortals for an Immortal.
Okay.
So Dex plus athletics plus G. He drops. Oh wait, it's still doing the attack roll. Okay, never mind. Cool. All right, we're gonna say he spends a willpower point.
Oh yay!
Oh,
Oh.
oh.
Oh my!
So it was successes rolled beyond what is necessary to pick it up are additional dice on the attack. Is that what you said?
Hang on, let me pull this open again. If he's throwing an object and throwing it as an attack, successes are rolled to lift the object and reach the target. The total number of telekinesis successes rolled as a dice pool in an attack against the target.
Okay, and then
So yeah, it functions.
and then to do it.
That's the thing. It basically specifies that he has to roll enough successes to lift the object and reach the target, which he handily did, because it's the wrench takes like a strength of 1 to lift, and then every additional success over that is an extra yard that it goes. So yeah, that just counts as a success roll. Or an attack roll, sorry, not a success roll.
Okay, so pretty much the number of successes necessary to move it to the target. Anything in excess of that is the attack roll.
No, it's
right.
it's like a check. You have to roll enough to get it to the target, but
oh, okay, I get it now. Okay.
If it makes
That
it,
makes
then
sense.
it makes it. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Okay, that hurt then.
Oh yes.
We're gonna say that he just pinged this thing off of the freaking owlbear's helmeted head. Okay. Ben.
Alright, let's try again to break 3. Nope, back to my usual.
Brooke. This thing comes crashing into the ground right where you used to be. You are right next to it.
Shoot it.
Point blank.
Point blank.
Okay. You need to subtract 6 from your dice pool.
Hi.
Oh crap, you know what I didn't do? Fucking defense on goddamn Courtney's roll. Whatever. You whiff. Not only do you whiff, you crit failed.
How is the difficulty rising?
He is in melee with you. His defense applies. That's where the other 4 came from. The -2 is a defensive spell he cast on himself.
So shooting someone point blank is now harder?
Yeah, if he was helpless, it'd pretty much be like, okay, roll your coup de grace. But he gets to try to avoid and dodge. Because the idea is that at a longer range, it's harder to tell where somebody is aiming. At close range, if you aim at my knee, I see you aiming at my knee. That's what their reasoning was for the mechanical ruling.
A lot of games don't. A lot of games penalize shooting in melee, in some form or another.
It's okay though. If you get 1 more die of friggin' combat marksmanship, then you get to just ignore their defense at melee and shoot them anyway. Alright. So is she also going to disengage or just kind of stay where she's at?
Yeah, well, we're gonna get the fuck out of the way.
Okay.
Also. So take, move action, obviously.
Yumiko,
Yo.
is your turn.
I have a question. It may be a stupid question, but I'm going to ask it anyway because I don't know.
Okay.
Would Majesty have effect on this thing?
Yes.
Hmm.
Do you feel like the effect of the what Majesty abilities that you have would be significant?
No.
Is that because you're expecting to
Well-
roll poorly, or because of the abilities that you have access to?
Both, because both have been very poor.
Okay, so what you doing?
Oh, Addie. Stop turning my monitor off. I know what time it is.
Damn it, Cat! I need to figure out if my character lives through this.
I mean, what's the harm? I'll try using Majesty on it.
All right, which Majesty ability are you trying to use?
I only know the one, isn't it Awe? Since I only have
Okay.
1 point in Majesty.
I couldn't remember if you had a second or not. All right, make your presence plus expression plus Majesty.
It is a sheet roll, right?
Yeah.
Any modifiers?
Nope. Two successes. All right, so you successfully activate Awe. Do. All right. And I have to compare it to his resistance stat, which is... Okay. Okay. It seems to, like, very slightly look over its shoulder at you. And, like, it feels what you tried to do. But it's pretty easy to tell that this thing is still on edge and is not entranced by your presence.
Damn.
You needed to roll literally one more success.
God! Okay.
Caitlin.
I'm shoot it.
Alright, make your roll. -2.
-1.
That's right, because you have your pledge thing.
Well, that really helped a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to, like, with him back on the ground, I kind of want to turn into a werewolf.
Well, he's not back on the ground.
Oh, okay.
He was,
He was back on the ground.
but he is, well, to break the fourth wall a little bit, the Tome Bearer knows when the action economy is against it. And it doesn't know how long the Wendigo, of all things, is going to be stuck there. I mean, we know that the answer is until the end of the scene, but the Tome Bearer doesn't.
Oh.
And it's taking to the sky. It's flying off. It's flying fast.
Oh dear.
Natalie,
Mm-hmm.
you have the car running.
Yep.
Put it in reverse. You get it out of the spot. You put it in drive. And in your panic, you finally remember, I need the headlights. I need the headlights. It's bright here, but it's not going to be bright outside. I need to go. You hit the gas, and you start going along the parking garage.
She's gonna wreck my car.
Will you shut up?
No, I'm trying to put some humor in this situation.
So you hit the gas. You make the first turn. You make the second. You're on the ground floor. It's not a paid parking garage. There's no toll gate. You come out onto the street. You feel like right now everything's just constricting around you. Like the air itself is trying to choke the life out of you. You take 2 more points of lethal damage. You turn onto the street. It's a good thing you turned on the lights because it is in fact dark. It's night. This may be a city, but even city streets are dark. Make me a dexterity plus drive check.
Oh no. Cat, please. Let me have my mouse. I got 1 success.
You mostly have the car under control. You're shaking with the pain. You're shaking with, well, you've always known that you're a coward, but this is the first time in your life that you ever tried to stand up to your own cowardice, and you feel like it's all turning around to bite you. Because there have been a few times in your life where you feared for your safety, where you feared for your health. Right now, that fear, that feeling in the back of your head is you're fearing for your life. And the first time in your life. And you take 2 more points of lethal damage, as Tone Bear uses his second action to continue to leech health off of you. If I've done my math right, you currently have all of your health boxes full.
Yep.
You are not dead, but you start leaning. Now I want you to do a slash roll 1d2.
Nice if I could type.
Actually, you know what? Make it 1d3.
1.
You start leaning to the left. Everything's going fuzzy. You're struggling to stay upright. And you slip away. Everything goes blank as you pass out. The car, as you were leaning left, you turned the wheel left. You weren't going terribly fast, but in your panic, you were definitely going faster than you probably should have. And I want you to roll me 8 die 10.
Hey,
So I'm
what?
sorry. No, let me correct that. You're going to roll 6 die 10. And we're going to count successes. Oh, crap, we need to put the exclamation point in. So you only have the 110, so roll another d10.
I instinctively went 20.
Well, the good news is, when the car goes careening into the oncoming traffic lane, it's after midnight. There's next to no traffic out here. Unfortunately, there's next to no traffic to stop you as you go straight into a building.
Mm.
You go through the corner coffee shop. bounced around the cab. And thankfully, you only, you still hit your head on the steering wheel. But that was it as far as the bumpiness of going through a coffee shop, at least. Your foot slipped off the accelerator, and you're kind of just drifting down the road until eventually the car just lightly hits into a brick wall and stops. The engine's still running, but you are dying. It's Courtney's turn. The owl bear spirit is trying to flee. And he goes to roll, trying to see if there's something that he can do to telekinesis and just grab this thing and yank it back towards him. Josh, it's the same roll, but at a -3, but it ignores armor.
Yes, and it wouldn't pull it back, I don't think. What it says that it does is, if you telekinesis a thing to try and damage it, you inflict cuts and bruises and bite marks all over something.
Okay, then, yeah, because this thing is way too massive to try and actually force to the ground properly. He's just going to try and see if he can just shred it like that.
Okay. Or alternatively, maybe it would just... Oh, that's not going to be enough, though.
Okay. Ben, make your roll.
All right. I'm also going to throw willpower on this one, because I thought I was going to maybe, if I could break free, you need the willpower on other things, but there's no way I can break out of this without willpower, is there?
I mean, eventually you can. You're still rolling 3 dice, you just are rolling 3 dice very poorly. Because theoretically, if you go by averages, you should have gotten at least 1 success per roll.
Yeah. Either way.
Make your roll.
With willpower or without?
If you're spending willpower, go for it.
Okay. Oh, finally.
Timing. Also, I got knowledge.
Yes, you did. Ben, you are free. You may act. It is on the wing.
Okay. Does Ben know how... I can't jump up that high, can I?
No.
What's near me?
You're going to try and throw a thing?
I might try and throw a thing if there's a thing to throw. Something big and heavy.
There's plenty of things. We'll say that it's something like just under about the mass of a manhole cover.
Okay. Ben's gonna try and throw something.
All right. Improvised weapon, so you're going to be rolling at a -3.
Cool. That's my strength. And let's see, what was the roll for a throwing attack?
It's going to be... it's either strength or it's dex. I want to say it's strength. Or that might be the D&D in me.
Checking the book.
Well, doesn't Mika use throwing weapons?
Yeah, that's true. What's she been rolling? Figure this out. That's the wrong one. Dex, athletics?
Yeah, I said that earlier. Athletics is the throwing skill. It can be used in attack skill.
Yeah, so there you go. So you're going to roll your dex plus your athletics with the... You know what? I'm going to say because of your strength. Let's be honest. Improvised throwing thing or not, like as long as it's relatively aerodynamic at your strength, it doesn't fucking matter.
Okay.
Negate the penalty.
So I still use my +3 strength then. Or the modifier +3. Alright. 2 successes.
You spin around and you wing this thing at it, and you manage to like smack it in the wing, and you can tell like the impact registered, but as far as you can tell, it doesn't look like it hurt it. Are you going to give chase?
Yes.
Because you are stupid fucking fast. In fact, actually, how fast are you in this form?
Speed of a small sedan.
Pretty sure you're faster than that. Speed +5. Speed isn't it strength plus dex?
Or is it?
Something like that.
That's what I wanted. Hold on, let me double check this. Character sheet. Speed, yeah, strength plus dex. So your additional, you actually go 6, 11 faster than your normal speed.
Yeah.
So how fast is that?
Crap if I know.
It's on your sheet, lower right corner.
My normal speed is 5. Or sorry. Speed 11?
Fuck is it?
So you're normally speed 11?
I normally speed 11.
Okay, so you're at speed 22. Okay. Brooke. You
Yes.
see all this go down. The Wendigo is booking it after the keeper. You have one shot or one round of it being within reasonable pistol range. You'll have another round where after probably where it will you're going to start having aiming problems.
It's okay.
So I take you're taking shots.
Yep. Take
Go
a shot.
for it. -2.
Is that before or after the bonus 2 for my?
That's before. It has a magical defense that applies against ranged.
Got it. All right. So just base roll then. Attack roll. Pop.
All right, managed to nail it. Okay, so you managed to hit it. Your total speed is a 12, or is yours a 12 or an 11? I just looked at this. Damn it.
Who? What?
Yours is speed
Brooke
10.
is 10. Yeah.
You know for a fact there's no way you can keep up with the Tome Bearer of Silence.
Right.
So are you just gonna stay there and hope that the Wendigo gets it?
I mean, I'm not sure what. I mean, I can throw a curse after it.
Mhm.
It's not a very powerful one, but I could, I guess.
If you want to throw a curse, throw a curse. I mean, literally, this is you've got. Well, that would be on your next turn, though.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yumiko. This thing is out of throwing range.
Vampires can fly, right? Get up there.
With
Watch
the
me
right
up to it.
with the right disciplines.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
there you go, Josh. That's what you should have done. Thrown the vampire at it.
That's not something I had time to do.
No, I get it. I mean, though, out of anybody here to get it, if you were to walk and be like, Yumiko, fastball special, she would get it. No, Caitlin would get that. Anyway, Yumiko, what are you doing?
Well, it's out of throwing range, so I can't throw anything at it. I wonder what would happen if I do harm to the book.
Courtney might have a heart attack.
Oh well, he already hates Yumiko anyway.
No, he's scared of Yumiko. There's a difference.
Either way, he'll become more scared. It's fine. From the vampire didn't do anything to the Wendigo who just went all AWOL when first met.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's
He
more of
thinks
a
he
he's
would be
scared of
scared.
her because of the whole she can manipulate people's minds, and he's. I think it's that whole thing of Courtney still looking at himself as human, and she feeds on humans.
Nom.
Right.
But
anyway, I can tell you
I'm
that
gonna.
your character knows that doing things to the book is not going to do anything.
Oh damn. Then I have no idea.
I mean, frankly, saying that Yumiko is going to kind of look around the surrounding situation and feeling a little bit lost is certainly an acceptable answer.
Pretty much.
Caitlin. Just like Brooke, you got one round of within reasonable range.
I'm gonna do one more shot.
Do it.
I have a speed of 12.
There's no way.
Yeah. Alright. Still -2,
Mm-hmm.
-1.
Okay. Tone Bearer continues. And Ben, you see it weaving more magic between both forelimbs. And the next spell that it casts on itself, it seems to well, the best way to put it is, at first it looks like it's a spell, kind of like when it casts the buffs on itself, but then you realize this isn't it's a different kind of light. You're pretty much, you recognize it as actual spirit magic as it breaches the gauntlet.
Oh no.
And steps sideways into the twilight.
To the physical realm or to
the twilight. So the ghostly realm that's superimposed over the physical.
You went to the afterlife. Got it. Where I can't go.
No. Afterlife is a different thing.
Either way, it's a place I can't follow.
Correct. Well, eventually you can.
Not now, I can't. So, yeah, Ben lets out a scream at Lost Prey.
Okay.
And regroups with the others. Slowly slipping back to human form.
The offspring of the Black Mother at this point comes climbing out of a tree that should have been way too small for it to hide in. And you all finally see exactly what Ben described the Black Mother as. Instead of little claws at the ends of its spider limbs, it actually has human hands, including at the ends of its little palps that it uses to manipulate its food, and a few too many eyes. And it's large and bulbous and very shiny. And it comes walking forward. And it kind of bows slightly towards Ben, because to it, the Wendigo is a higher rank of spirit. I will inform the mother of how this outing ended.
Not well.
She will sympathize.
Well, that's good to know.
It is never appreciated when prey escapes. Especially prey that should not be within the shadow.
I thank you for trying to help.
And I appreciate your... oh crap, what was that gonna say? And your diligence is appreciated, Wendigo. And then it kind of bows its head, and then it scuttles right past Brooke as it goes right back up the tree. And just kind of disappears.
Caitlin,
Yes.
go check on Natalie.
I will.
How?
I have to get back into the physical realm.
Okay. I'll take
Because
you across first.
Out of character, Josh.
Uh-huh.
If she opened the door to the vault, if she tried to step out, it would be the last door that she opened to the vault. Natalie's door was closed.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. All right, I'll get you across. I'll get everyone across. So yeah, he takes Caitlin across first. I'll be spending points of essence on this to make it instantaneous. So that's 5 points of essence. All right. Do you want me to roll?
Technic. technically just to figure out how, because if he fails any of them, then you have to spend additional. But
Right.
yeah, so go ahead.
Intelligence, presence, primal urge. Son of a gun.
Okay, so you got to spend another. Okay. I mean, at this point, you know what you're rolling. Just go ahead and go through them.
Okay, so that's Caitlin. I swear to God. Okay. That's whoever's next.
So while he's rolling that, Caitlin, you are standing outside of this children's library.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not gonna make a difference. I need to get a car to get up to Seattle anyway.
So you're not gonna try and call her?
Well, yeah, I can call her. I look at my phone. It says, "Whatever you're doing, please stop."
Oh yeah, that was the other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. And as each person comes through, each of you gets that text.
And so I am calling her.
Good news. We stop.
Don't worry. The car did too.
Anyway, so Cassie, you hear it ringing and ringing and ringing.
I have GPS on my phone or on my car.
Do you?
Yes. It's a relatively new CRV, and I am paranoid.
So you low jacked your car?
No, it could just have OnStar.
Oh, that's fair. Cool. So it takes you a minute. By the time you get to bring up the information, everybody else is already through. You all see Caitlin frantically, like, I don't know. Would you say growling at her phone to load faster as it finally reconnects to the data network?
Yes.
Eventually, you see where it is. It's about 2.5, 3 blocks from where you left it. Current GPS is not moving.
Guys, something's wrong.
What's wrong?
We need to go find Natalie now.
My car's at the courthouse.
Oh, wait, shit. They send you something. Because I totally missed.
Do what?
I missed something. It was on the next page. Or actually, a page above it in a totally different section.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Thank you. Okay. Um, You have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Let's see. How do I want to handle this?
Excel's in the rules for incapacitated.
Mm-hmm.
You want to handle this by going to bed.
Oh, we're about there.
Like, I should have been in bed 45 minutes ago.
I know.
I know.
So
Poor Casey.
here's how this is gonna go. Casey,
Uh-huh.
roll me a 1d10.
Boy. 9,
Roll again.
3,
Again.
6,
One more.
2.
4 minutes later, no one's realized that there's a car accident. Roll again.
6.
5 minutes. Roll again.
1.
7 minutes have passed. Roll again.
2.
8 minutes. Roll again.
9.
9 minutes
Oh no.
after the car crash,
Oh.
somebody sees the crashed in front bumper. They see the trashed coffee shop. They drop what they have. These young friends that were out for an evening of fun come, young kids, idealistic still. They still have faith in our society, come running up. They come running up. Realize there's a woman in the car. They open the front door. Or they reach for the front door. One of them says, hold on, no, I remember hearing we can't do that. They're in a car accident. They might have a neck injury. We gotta go in from the back seat. So they open up the back door. The one who knows what he's talking about ends up putting his forearms against her shoulders and very gently cradling her head in his hands so that she won't move, to keep her spine in the exact position it's in now. And once he's done that, he, very panicky, just looks over to one of his friends. All right, open the door. We need to call 911. We need check for the pulse. Make sure that they're breathing. Okay. One of them starts dialing in 911. She's crying because she's just panicky. She was never okay with an emergency like this. She was not expecting to run into this on a Sunday night after their great weekend of being at this little convention of friends of theirs. And the one who opened the front door and leaned in looks at his friends like, Brian, I don't feel anything. Do you see her chest moving? I don't know. She's like, look at this sweater, man. Like, just feel her neck. See if you can. I don't feel anything, man. All right. Well, we're gonna wait here because just keep an eye on her. Maybe we'll feel something. I don't know. We have to try, okay? We have to try. And that's when the screen fades to black. Thank you all for coming. I apologize that the episode ran longer. But we all get to choose what paths we walk. Sometimes they don't turn out well for us. but at the very least, she did get to choose her own fate. Say goodnight, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
I don't like you.
I have beef.
Actually, no. We're gonna do the one we started with.
Wake up, my friends, tell us what you have to say. We know the dreams and nightmares must light your way. What may come, the fight goes on for one more day. Whenever lives and prayers must die away, who brought this curse and led us all astray? The day has died and emotion is fade.